Hello again. It's time for more thinking. I like thinking. It's fun for me. As long as it's, not about anything too existential. But this is fine. Now, as I recall, I tried an expert level dungeon, and some of the new hint types kind of threw me off a bit. So for today, let's just do a level 4 standard to start with. Oh, God, okay. Hello, that's a very red hand. Pink hand. Oh, yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to get used to seeing emotes that I'm not used to from the other platform. Oh god, okay, 3 mimics. We're starting off hot. There is a mimic among the black boxes. There is no mimic among the black boxes. There is a mimic. Okay. So you all agree and you disagree. Very likely that all of you three are telling the truth, because if not, then you're all three lying and everyone else is telling the truth. So let's test that. If we assume that you three are lying, does everything else work as true? Because that's the only way that can be the case. There's no mimic among the black boxes. That's false, because this one would have to be. No mimic among the red boxes. False. No mimic. Okay, yeah, no, you're all telling the truth. So there is a mimic among the black boxes. Yeah, we could have also figured this out just by this. The black box is self-incriminating, which it can't lie about that. So you're bad. That means there is a mimic among the black boxes, which, I mean, yeah, there kind of has to be. There's no mimic among the black boxes. That is also a lot. Wait. Oh. Oh, yeah, no, this works. There is a mimic among black boxes because we know that's true. This is the only other black box that we don't know if it's true or false, so it has to be false to make that true. So you're lying. And the fact there's no mimic among the red boxes, we know that to be false because it has to be false. Because there's only 2 left and it's gotta be one of them. There's no mimic among the black boxes, we know that's false because we know that's a mimic. This one says there is a mimic among the blue boxes, which is true. There's no mimic among the red boxes, that's false, you. Done. Ooh, nice weapon to start off. Okay. Do any of you self-incriminate? You do. The top row has at least 1 mimic. That has to be true, which means it's you. Top row has at least 1 mimic. We know that's true. That's true. Shit. You can't both be telling the truth. You physically can't both be telling the truth. But you say the same thing, so that means you must both be lying. And that corroborates this. Good. Good. Hey, Fled, thank you for the lark. Let us optimize gear. And then sell the rest. For almost no money at all. Yeah, those are really useful. And I'll grab some. Yeah, there we go. This is fine. Spend all that money. Alright, there's a mimic among the blue boxes. That's self-incriminating, so it must be true. So that means one of you three, at least, is lying. Top row has at least one mimic. Okay. That seems plausible to me. But if that's true, let's mark it as a 1 and let's just assume it's true. And that would mean it'd have to be this one. So we'll try this. True question mark. We'll say 1 for, like, presumably true. And 2 for presumably mimic. So diagonal done left is not a mimic. That would make this one safe. Which would mean the mimic among the black boxes. That would mean that this one is false. Which means it's lying about this one being false. And that this works, actually. Now, I have gotten myself killed a couple of times by being like, hey, this theoretically works, but it's not the only solution. So maybe this is gonna be one of those times. And it is. Oh, it was the complete opposite! No, I was gonna say I didn't have one marked as a blue box. Yeah, alright. I spent the money on the blue crystal. I should have actually just used one. It's fine. I took a bit of a risk because we were only on, like, floor 4. So, wasn't that big of a deal. Top row contains no mimics. So says 4 of you. Oh, well, that's easy. There's a mimic. There's no mimic among the blue boxes. There has to be a mimic among the blue boxes. There has to be because these two conflict, so one of them's lying. And that means it's you. And that means you're telling the truth. And you must be telling the truth. Hold on, I don't have enough mimics. Oh! No, I did this super backwards. Yeah, okay. There's no mimic among the blue boxes. These two are lying. There is a mimic among the blue boxes. That one is correct. Okay. And we know this, well, this no longer has to be true. This one is true. Oh, shit. Okay, so I'm gonna open these. I may not be able to hit these other ones. The top row has at least one mimic. If that's true, then it's this one and everything works. Top row contains no mimics. If that's true, then it's this one and everything works. So I think we're gonna just move. Get him. Ow. Hey, thanks for that. That'll make this one hit. And And I don't have to get hit back. And we got an attack cannon. Hey there, anime dude. Brain puzzle make me also big happy. Also, something I didn't realize would make me happy is RPG Maker aesthetics. Diagonal up left for me is a mimic. Diagonal up right, diagonal up left. So you both want to incriminate this one. That's pretty damning. But you could both be lying. I'm gonna mark them like this just to work out the rest. So that would make... There's a mimic among the blue boxes. That would be true by nature. There's a mimic among the black boxes. 2 of you say that. If you're both lying... This works, but this isn't the only thing that works. This is tricky. Give me a hint. Okay, I think if that's the case. Okay, yeah. No, this is perfect then. We got it. Any minute now with the magic, thank you. Damn, those hedgehogs kicked my ass. Okay. Bottom row has at least 1 mimic. You 2 agree with each other. Diagonal down left for me is a mimic. Diagonal down right for me is a mimic. Box on the left is a mimic. So you all kind of point to each other. But you say this one isn't a mimic. Yeah, it's actually up at the top. The puzzles change with how many chests there are and how many mimics there are. The earlier ones are like 4 chests and 1 mimic. These ones are 7 chests and 3 mimics. And it's kind of a roguelike style. The chests have like gold and equipment and stuff in them. And then you have to do essentially auto battle combat based on the equipment that you get, based on how many puzzles you solve successfully. And if you pick a mimic at any point, the run is over. I will invoke the holy word of roguelike, and I will tell you that there is meta progression in this damn $3 RPG Maker game, available now on Steam. You know, it's actually funny. Yesterday, these developers, announced a new game, and I have no idea what it is. Oh, also, there's a timer. The gut meter is a timer, because I get hungry the longer I spend trying to open boxes. I am going to take a risk and say these are true. Okay, that's really good. I wasn't sure about that, but now that we know the bottom row has a mimic, we know it's this one. And we also know that this one's true. Which means we also know this one's false. So we also know this one's false. Done. There we go. Yeah, we got good equipment now. Yeah, so if this is your style, go pick up Mimic Logic. It's super simple and straightforward, and the logic puzzles are good. They're also procedurally generated, so you never get, like... You can't, like, memorize them. Top row has a Mimic. I believe you. Diagonal on left for me isn't a Mimic. Diagonal up left for me, up right for me is a Mimic. One of you has to be lying. Alright, we gotta work through this. One of these two is lying for sure. Let's say that you're telling the truth and you're lying and see if the rest of the board works out. That would mean diagonal on left is a Mimic. So you're lying. Diagonal on left is a Mimic. You're lying. Does everything else work with that? Top row has a Mimic. Oh, yeah. You have to be telling the truth. Because if not, you self-incriminate, and we know that can't happen. So yeah, this is it. Drink that weird medicine. All right. Wait, what just happened? Did I get some kind of heal? Do I have like a relic for that? Oh yeah! I got two, I healed 2 HP from her casting magic. Oh, that rules. It's, you know, it's small, but it's nice. You know, you can use the arrow keys and A to mark whether a box is a treasure or mimic. Press the... Yeah, I did know that. I would not have made it this far without knowing that. I will absolutely buy a scratcher. Yeah! Yeah! Oh. Well, I still doubled my money. Those are, like, actually really lucrative. Like, every time. I would like a fancy lunch, please. I've took, actually, quite a bit of damage. One of these days, I'm gonna bake a sourdough. I just can't get around the idea that I have to keep the starter alive like a pet. Oh boy, it's time for 3x3. Well, at the very least, that means that, we get more gear when we do it correctly. Okay, the leftmost column has one or more mimics. You can't lie about that. Fox above me is a mimic, you're lying. Okay, let's just open that for now. We've got one. Rightmost column has one or more mimics. I have no way to verify that. The box above me is a mimic. Does anyone say that it's not? Technically, you do. Box above me isn't a mimic. Box below me isn't a mimic. Okay, one of you is for sure lying. Which means that you're safe. You're telling the truth. Box below me isn't a mimic. Box on the right isn't a mimic. Box above me is a mimic. So if this one is lying, if this one is a mimic. Okay, let's work backwards through this. This is one of the only ones that says one is a mimic. Let's believe it for now and work through the process. I'll give you a 1 and I'll clear all the rest of these. So if you're right about that one being a mimic, then that means you're lying. Anime dude, the rule is the mimic is always lying. Unlike the Blueprints Parlor puzzle, where the lying box can have the treasure in it. In this case, the liars are always the mimics. So, the safe chests always tell the truth, the mimic chests always lie. At least for now. So, the box on the right isn't a mimic. You're lying, which means it is a mimic. Box above me isn't a mimic. That would mean that you are also lying. That can't. This can't. That would mean you're also lying, and that you're also lying. If this one is telling the truth, then everything else is lying. You're definitely a mimic. So that means there's only one left. Me is a mimic. Okay, so we know for sure that this one is true. Which also means that this one... Box above me is a mimic. Good. Box on the left isn't a... Yeah! Box on the left isn't a mimic. You're also lying. Right? Oh, yeah. Box above me, box below me isn't a mimic. I had them marked as like one of them had to be lying, but that's not true at all. They could just both be safe and vouching for each other. Okay. Let's run through all this. Rightmost column has one or more mimics. We have that marked as true. The bottom right corroborates that. Leftmost column has one or more mimics. It's this one. Box on the right isn't mimic. True. Box above isn't a mimic. True. Box below isn't a mimic. True. Box on the right isn't a mimic. True. Box on the left isn't a mimic. That's a lie. Box above me is a mimic. That's a lie. This works. Woo! Let's do it again. There is a mimic among the blue boxes. Okay, there basically has to be. There's only 3 mimics, so we can't have 4 things lying. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 things saying there's a mimic among the blue boxes. So they have to all be lying. Or they have to all be telling the truth, rather. Box below me isn't a mimic. We can also guarantee that, which means you are for sure a mimic. You're also demonstrably lying. You're also demonstrably lying. And you are also demonstrably lying. We're done. Combat time! I put on a warm jacket. And I have some candy. Oh! Shit. Yeah, that's fine. Give me that candy. Yeah. Leftmost column has one or more mimics. Again, boxes cannot self-incriminate, so if there is a box that says, like, if there's a box like this that, like, says, hey, I could be a mimic, then we know it's telling the truth. Same if it said, like, there is a mimic in the blue boxes. If a lying blue chest cannot say there is a mimic among the blue boxes because it is the mimic, so it would then be telling the truth. So all the ones that say that there's a mimic in the left column are telling the truth, which means it's one of these. Let's just open these while we're thinking about it. And just... Gut's getting a little low. I think I have some food. There's no mimic among the blue boxes. That could be true. Box above me isn't a mimic. Box on the left isn't a mimic. Box below me isn't a mimic. Box on the left isn't a mimic. There's a mimic among the black boxes. There has to be... There's 3 mimics left. There's only 2 non-black boxes left. One of the black boxes must be a mimic. So we know that one's true. Box on the left isn't a mimic. We also know that's true. Box below me isn't a mimic. We know that's true. Okay, we're good. Let's leave. Well, if there's one thing I definitely need at my weight, it's more maximum gut. Feels great, man. Cool, so I have 5 hit points. Do I have any healing? Of course not! Okay. There is a mimic among the blue boxes. 1, 2, 3. It's very, very likely that these 3 are all telling the truth. But it's not guaranteed. So the best way to do this is to work through them and assume they're lying. Because if these 3 are all lying, everything else has to be true. No mimic among blue boxes. That would be true. Box above me is a mimic. That would be true. Rightmost column has 1 or more mimics. That would be false. So these 3 are telling the truth. And that means that you're lying. Box on the right isn't a mimic. We know that. Top row contains no mimics. We cannot say that. Rightmost column. Oh, we know that yeah. We know that must be true. Because that self-incriminates. Box above me isn't a mimic. We know that's true. And we're done. Hey, what's up? I will buy the hell out of that book. Thank you. Not that it's going to matter if I hit another combat floor, because I'm going to be super, super mega dead. Like, I cannot take a hit from anything right now. 3 mimics are hiding in black boxes. Alright, you're probably lying. But if you're telling the truth, and these are all lies, then everything else has to be true. Let's see if that works. Our most column has 1 or more mimics. True. 0 mimics in red. True. No mimic in blue. 2. True. Top row has at least 1 mimic. True. Box on the left isn't a mimic. True. I was kind of hoping to rule that out, but it actually kind of works. I don't trust it, though, so I'm going to burn a crystal here. Oh, well, all right. I felt like there might have been another possibility. Oh, we're fucked. We're so fucked. There's just straight up is nothing I can do about this. I can't move on. Oh my god, she bailed me out! Holy shit! Give me another one! Oh. I made no mistakes! I just got RNG'd to death. Okay, I guess I could have bought a healing potion. That was probably a mistake that I made, but generally speaking, I did what I was supposed to do. Holy shit, you guys, calm down. All right, so you say that you're lying, and you say that you're lying, and you say that he's lying, and you say that he's lying. And you say that he's telling the truth, but then you say that he's lying. But then you say that he's telling the truth. What the fuck? Alright, so you and you both say that this one's a mimic. I think that's a good starting point. That would mean that you're lying. And you're lying. And you're lying. So that's not it. We can therefore conclude from this that you're both lying, you're telling the truth, you're lying, true, lie, true. That also doesn't work. What am I missing? Diagonal up left for me is a mimic. Box on the right is a mimic. You both are pointing to this one and saying that's a mimic. Okay, so hang on. Diagonal on the left for me is a mimic. If you're lying, then this one's safe. I think that's the mistake I made before. Box on the left isn't a mimic. False. Box on the left is a mimic. Oh, this one's lying, so that... Okay, that's the one. That's what it is. We got there. We got there. Okay, no mimic in the blue boxes, and there is a mimic in the blue boxes. So there's a liar. Either you are lying or both of you are lying. There's a mimic among the red boxes. You can't say that about yourself without... You have to be telling the truth. So that means you're a liar, which means that you're both telling the truth. Oh, you can't lie about that anyway. Diagonal on right for me is a mimic? No, there's not. The box on the right is a mimic? That's true. There's no mimic among the black boxes? That's a lie. Cool, 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 cool. Give me that good gear. Give him a bonk. Moving on, no problem. Okay, first thing to look for, do any of these self-incriminate? Yes, there is a mimic among the black boxes. Must be true. Bottom row has a mimic. Bottom row contains no mimics. One of you's lying. I don't know which one yet. There's a mimic among the black boxes. Yes, that's true. Top row contains no mimics. One of you is lying, and I don't know which one yet. There's no mimic among the blue boxes. I don't know if that's... Wait. You have to be lying. You're safe and you're safe. One of the two that I have marked with the one of them is lying and one of them is telling the truth. So only one of the two of these is a mimic. Same with 2 and 2 over here. One must be lying and one must be telling the truth. So there's not 3 mimics in these 4. We still need another one, which means it's this one. So there is a mimic among the blue boxes. The top row contains no mimics. And these 2 are still unsolvable. Do I have a crystal? No. All right. We'll leave it be. Hey, thanks, girl. That's super helpful. Took a couple less hits than I might have needed to. All right, there's a mimic among the red boxes. Says 3 of you, and I'm inclined to agree. Bottom row has at least 1 mimic. Oh no! You have to be telling the truth. Which means that all of these 3 are lying. Oh, that was easy. Hey. Okay, I really need a cure potion this time. It's kind of important that I have that, it turns out. And maybe an attack candy. That's good, thank you. Alright. Alright, there's a mimic among the blue boxes. That must be true. It also must be true because only 2 of the boxes are not blue. That doesn't actually help us all that much more, though. Other than just knowing that that one's safe. There's a mimic among the black boxes. There's no mimic among the black boxes. Well, one of you's lying. So one of them is here, for sure. Top row contains no mimics. Top row has at least 1 mimic. One of you is lying, for sure. So that means that one of you is lying for sure. But this actually helps because these are both black boxes. One of them must be a mimic. So this is true. We don't know which one yet, but there is a mimic among the black boxes for sure. So you're lying. Top row contains no mimics. That's also a lie. That's true. And yes, in fact, 2 mimics are hiding in blue boxes. The bottom row has at least 1 mimics? No, it doesn't. Now give me a cookie. This whole optimal gear thing is pretty sick. With the way it automatically just equips the best thing for exactly how much damage you need to do at any given moment. Instead of trying to look for mimics, it might be better to look for which boxes are definitely safe to open instead. That's true. I will try your medicine, please don't kill me. Thanks. That's all right. I was gonna recover fully anyway. So, joke's on you.
Give me that cure potion. That was a huge problem last time.
And you know what? Maybe some bun. $72. Just give me 1 attack candy and call it a day. Ugh, gross. On we go. No self-incrimination that I can tell. No mimic among the red boxes, no mimic among the blue boxes. All right. Let's start with this. You're both true. Right? Let's say that's the case. That would make these both true. So there is a mimic among the black boxes. The box below me isn't a mimic. So that would mean that you're safe. If there's a mimic among the black boxes, it must be this one. Box on the left isn't a mimic. That would make this false. And then that would make both of these mimics, and that actually works fine. So maybe it's that. Let's try this also. There's no mimic among the red boxes. Okay, let's say that's true. The box on the left isn't a mimic. True. There's a mimic among the black boxes. True. Mark both of you with a 1. Both of you then would have to be lying. Hang on, no, I'm confusing myself. Mimic among black boxes. Okay, so one of these 3 would be a mimic. This doesn't work as cleanly. Also, one of you would have to be. One of you just has to be lying, period. So let's just say it's you, right? If you're lying, the box above me is a mimic. Okay, that means you're safe. That means you're lying. And that means that both of these are lying. That gives me too many lies. So flip side then. Box above me is a mimic. Box below me isn't a mimic. You're lying. You're lying. Box on the right isn't a mimic. Nah, you know what? It's how I had it the first time. Should have just trusted it. So a fun thing about this, Anime Dude, some of these, like, it tells you very early on in the tutorial, some of these puzzles are unsolvable. Some of them straight up just have logic that doesn't resolve, and you just have to be okay with that and just leave. Like, straight up, you'll just be left with two chests on top of each other, and they say, like, the chest above me is a mimic, the chest below me is a mimic. And it's like, which one is lying? None of the other ones say anything about this. And that is, by design, part of the game. So you straight up can get into a situation where it's like, I don't know who is lying, so I can't solve this. Ah, you're in luck! Because the blue crystal is an item that you can use to point out, hey, this one is safe. So you can actually use items to, like, give hints to resolve some of those unsolvable situations. But yeah, the procedural generation allows for circular, unresolvable logic, because one of the strategies is, one of the things that it wants you to be able to think about is knowing when you have to just walk away from the puzzle. Like, knowing that it's unsolvable and not trying to force it. And I think that's an incredibly interesting wrinkle. Alright, the top row has at least one mimic. That's said twice. Top row contains no mimics. That's said once. Bottom row contains no mimics. That's said once. Bottom row has at least one mimic. So we have at least two, maybe three of our mimics right here. The safest thing to assume, well, I'll say the easiest thing to assume at this point is that these two corroborate one another, and so these ones are telling the truth and this one is a lie. I'm not accepting that as true, but it is what that is what I'm gonna test out the logic of. So, the leftmost column has one or more mimics. That would be proven true. Box on the right isn't a mimic. That would be proven true because this one's telling the truth. Bottom row contains no mimics. That would be proven true. You would be a lie. You would be telling the truth. And you would be a lie. That works. Book it. Oh, thank God. I did not believe in that. Oh, I did not believe in that at all. I believe in it so little, I'm gonna buy a charm in case I end up mimicking myself. Give me that cure potion too. Do any of you incriminate yourselves? Of course not. That would be too easy. Mimic among the black boxes. No mimic among the black boxes. So you argue with each other. You argue with each other. You actually both agree with each other. Oh, hang on. There's way more to this than I thought. Oh, fuck me. So these two say there's no mimic in the black boxes. These two say there is a mimic in the black boxes. So we actually, in fact, have 2 of the 3 mimics in these 4. And the other one must be here, because one of these is guaranteed to be lying. So from that, we know for sure then, there is a mimic in the red boxes, this is safe, and there are no mimics on the top. Which means no mimic among the black boxes is true. So you're demonstrably lying. And therefore, you are telling the truth because there's a mimic right here, and you're lying, and we're... That one I feel very safe. Iron armor, let's go. That'd be good to have right about now, actually. Hey, thanks for joining. On we go. Box below me is a mimic. Box isn't a mimic. Box is a mimic. Box is a mimic. Rightmost column has mimics. Box above me is a mimic. Bottom row has a mimic. Leftmost column, no mimic in the black. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Got a fucking mimic chest Spider-Man meme going on right now. Actually, that's kind of all of these. Do any of you corroborate one another at all? Yes. You and you both say that this is a mimic. So let's operate assuming that's true and just follow that path and see if we end up with 3 and 6 like we need to. Bottom row has at least 1 mimic. That's false. So that means true and true. Rightmost column has 1 or more mimics. We've already got 1. No mimic among the black boxes, which would mean that this is fine and this is fine. Box below me is a mimic. Lie. Box below me is a mimic. True, but it's not. You can't both be mimics, because if you were a mimic, then this would be one would be telling the truth. So, what we gather from that is that these mimics are ganging up on this one, and this one's telling the truth. Bottom row has 1 mimic. True. Box below me is a mimic. This is all kind of self-contained. We can't, like, extrapolate any of these clues any further. Other than we've got, like, 1 for 6 over here. Oh. Box below me is a mimic. Box below me is a mimic. It's gotta be this one, right? No, not necessarily. If you're lying... No, if that one's lying, then this one's telling the truth, which means that this one's lying and we have too many liars. But if this one's telling the truth, then this one's lying, so we can disregard what it says. This one is telling the truth. We already know that one's telling the truth. Leftmost column has a mimic. True. No mimic among the black boxes. True. Box below me isn't a mimic. True. That's it. Excuse me. And that's why we bought these jelly-filled donuts. Mimics are hiding in blue boxes. That doesn't immediately self-incriminate itself, does it? Because it could be these two. I don't know if I can necessarily call that one true for sure. It'd make it really easy if I could, but I don't think that I can. Here's the starting point. Rightmost column has one or more mimics. That self-incriminates, so we know that's true. So it's one of you, at least, for sure. Middle one is true? How can we tell the middle one is true? Oh yeah, we can mark these as well. Oh yeah, no, I see it! Actually, yeah. So the box on the left is a mimic. So that, either this is telling the truth and this one is the mimic. Or this one is lying and it is the mimic. But it's one of these two for sure, which means there is definitely one on the bottom row. And that means that this one is lying. Because it incriminates the one below it. So we know for sure there's a mimic among the red boxes. We know that's not a mimic. What else can we say from this? There's no mimic hiding among the blue boxes. We don't... I mean, there could be. Wait, no. Wait. Box on the left is a mimic. That's true. So 2 mimics are hiding in blue boxes. And it's this one. And there is no... Wait. Okay, 2 mimics are not hiding in blue boxes. That's the lie. So it's not this one. The box on the left is a mimic, and there is a mimic hiding among the blue boxes. Yes. I'm spending so much time on these. My poor gut. Oh my god, these hit like freight trains. Hello, could I heal all of this, please? Everything hurts. Give. This is hard. I really like it. Yeah, we did that already. Thank you, though. I also still have 2 blue crystals, so I could just use those if I really needed to at this point. Give me another cure, and just give me so many of these. Oh my god. Alright, moving on. I'm not gonna sell my unequipped gear, because I'm actually having a... I actually got a nice thing going with, like, rotating it, so I don't overuse one. This ruby wand is really good. Okay, box on the left is a mimic, box on the right is a mimic. Let's work on the assumption that these 2 are correct. That would then mean that this is a mimic, which means that there is not a mimic over here, which means that this is true. By nature, this one would have to be a lie, which means that that would be true, and that this would be a lie. That works out really clean, actually. I don't know if I believe in it, though. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be easy. There's a mimic among the blue boxes. 4 of you say it. It has to be true. So you are lying. There's a mimic among the red boxes. There's no mimic among the red boxes. There obviously is a mimic among the red boxes, because one of you's lying and you're the only 2 red boxes. Also, you can't self-incriminate. So you're bad, you're good, we're moving on. Love it when they work out like that. Oh, hello! Give me that candy. Box on the right is a mimic, so we're gonna mark this as 1. This was like one of the earliest things they taught me, is like when a box directly accuses another box, one of them has to be a mimic for sure. Because either it's right and it's identified a mimic, or it's lying and it's the mimic. Same with you 3. So you're both pointing to this one. So let's do the thing again. Assume that's true. Work through the logic. See if that's correct. There's no mimic among the black boxes. Sure, that sort of resolves itself. There's a mimic among the blue boxes. There's no mimic among the blue boxes. So you 2 are for sure, like, it's one of you. No, this works. No, this is good, actually. For sure, one of these two is a mimic. We don't know which one. I mean, if we assume that's lying, then it would be this one, right? So let's just mark that for the time being. Or, no, sorry, this would... Wait. So that would be the liar, yeah, okay. Yeah, no, we're back on track. We're back. So then a mimic among the red boxes, that would be proven true. A mimic among the blue boxes, that would be proven false. And then box below me is a mimic, no mimic among the boxes. This works. Oh, hell yeah! All kinds of good gear. And not a moment too soon, because this is gonna hurt. Oh! Ah! Okay. Box below me is a mimic. All right. So you two are a thing. Box on the left is a mimic. Bottom row has a... Okay, you can't be a mimic. So you must be. So that's one taken care of. There's no mimic among the red boxes. That's not true. So you're telling the truth. Bottom row has at least one mimic. That's true. There's no mimic among the blue boxes. There's only one mimic left, so you can't both be lying. I think we can do this. First things first, these are all definitely safe to open. I'm like 100% sure. Getting back into it. One of you's lying, one of you's telling the truth. Top row contains no mimics. You're lying, you're telling the truth. That works, but does it work the other way as well? Top row contains no mimics. Yes, leftmost column. It does work the other way. Fuck it, we out. Oh, I should have used a crystal. We're in the late floors, and I have like a bunch of them. Ah, stupid. Gear hoarding strikes again. Yeah, you know what? I might need that magic thread. I don't know if I'm gonna get more armor, honestly. Eat it! Eat all of it! Hey, what happens if I drink the weird medicine? Cool. Well, at least I did that when, like, the heal wasn't a big deal. Yeah, moving on. Actually, do you have more? No, you somehow have no healing items. Cool. Love that for me. Okay, Fox on the left is a mimic. One of you is lying. And it's you. Because one of you is lying, so one of you is for sure a mimic. So there's definitely a mimic on the bottom row. Fox below me is a mimic. Alright, you two are incriminating one another. mimic in a red box? There's not a mimic in a red box. So the other mimic is between these two. We know this one is. Hold on, we can... Okay, there's a few ways to work through this, but actually, like, from this, we know the rest of the mimics are in here somewhere. So we can mark these all as true. Box on the right isn't a mimic. All right, cool. That means that this one is. Box below me isn't a mimic. Box on the right isn't a mimic. Got that. Box below me is a mimic. That's a lie. One mimic is hiding in a red box. That's... Wait. Shit. No. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. That's true. That's a lie. Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. 78 treasures. That's more than 72. If that medicine, you know what? No. There's like a non-zero chance that his damn medicine just kills me on the spot, and we're not doing that. Hey, Puck. Hey, listen. All I said to you was, if I can't pay you back, would you like me to instead stream a game of your choice? And you said sure, and then presented to me the type of game that is already right up my alley, so it took like no actual work to convince me to play it. You were just like, cool, do you want to play this cool thing? And I was like, I would love to play a cool thing. And now I'm doing it. So I feel like there was no real coercion here whatsoever. Give me these, I'm gonna need them. Do you have a whetstone by any chance? God damn it. Alright, then I'm gonna need to keep a lot of my good armor. I guess I technically don't need to be protected from a mimic anymore. And I also technically don't need the blue crystals anymore. We can probably get rid of some of these weaker weapons. Maybe right up to, like, here. Yeah, I don't know how long this is going to take, so let's just keep that for now. I'm not going to be putting on the gentleman's clothes, thank you. I just healed the blue armor, so I don't think I'll need the iron. I sure hope I'm right. Let's get a little more for that. As much as I'd like to buy the last one, I don't think that's going to happen. Let's grab another small heal just to burn it before we walk in the room. And then we're gonna num. That is a level attack. That feels pretty good. Optimal gear. We should have enough food to get through that. I think we're okay. We have how many medium heals? 4 medium heals. It does, what, 30? 30. 30 is not that much. Okay. Alright, first things first, have this. Cool, that wasn't really all that worth it, but we'll make it. Boom! Okay, yeah, that hurts. But it feels like... No, this is fine. I'm gonna be the annoying Pokemon trainer that full restores after every hit. Weapon is broken, but it's okay because we won. Woo! If anything, breaking the weapon on the last hit makes it seem more climactic. Oh, do I get that? Do I get that cheap-ass fanfare now? Oh, no. I didn't. Give me more XP. That seems good. To level 5. Scores are not reflected. I don't know what that means, but it scares me a little. So there's only 2 mimics here. So you 2 are fine. It's the rest of you that are a problem. Box on the right is a mimic? No, it's not. That means you're telling the truth. And you're lying. And you're telling the truth. Yeah. Bottom row has at least 1 mimic. Well, you must be telling the truth. So it's what? So it's one of you. Top row contains no mimics. That's demonstrably false. And if that's the case, that's true, and that's true, which means that you're safe and you're lying. Hello, I don't have very much money, but can I do something here anyway? Maybe? $25 and $20. How much do I need? What if I just put the sickle back on and sold you the sword instead? Worth it, I'll get the other thing back. Puck, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no vote on this, as I have never in my life consumed either thing. However, with that in mind, I really like sweets. So, in theory, I would take the brownie. But it would be because of the brownie. So I don't know that that's necessarily helpful. You 2 have to be telling the truth. And if that's the case, then it has to be this, and that means that you're telling the truth. And that's obviously wrong. Alright, so listen, based on what you've described, I'm not confident that this is necessarily like a safe experience for you necessarily. Well, maybe not that it's unsafe, but rather that it's just unpleasant. So I'm not like condoning this necessarily. Well, condoning is the wrong word because you do what you want and, you know, it's your body and you do what you want with it. But like, I'm not encouraging it specifically, I would say. What I am telling you is that if you do that and then it turns out to be bad, I don't want you to be like, why did you tell me to do that? Okay, so we have like a little diamond here. Diagonal down left is a mimic. So either you're lying or you're lying. And then diagonal up right is a mimic, so either you're lying or you're lying. There's only 2 mimics, so those 3 have to all be safe. And these 2 vouch for each other, so that makes sense. Diagonal on the right isn't a mimic, so we're gonna say that that's true. Diagonal down right for me isn't a mimic. Diagonal up right for me is a mimic. That's true. Lie, lie, and that works. Hell yeah. Oh hey, it's the Puff Puff girl. Yeah, this works. I'll take the max HP. This is good. Okay, again, diagonal on right is a mimic, so you incriminate this one. One of you is lying. Diagonal upright is a mimic. Okay, you also... Oh, this is interesting. It's either these 2 or it's these 2. So you're all fine. Diagonal on the right isn't a mimic. Okay, diagonal down left isn't a mimic. Aha! The strategies and the logic are starting to come faster, but that's... That comes with its own set of, like... fear. Because I'm like, yeah, I'm really getting it. These are coming much faster. And I'm like, should they be? Or am I thinking through it too quickly? Yeah, I got that. Thank you. Yeah, the scratchers have been good. I have 11 gold and I love you. Boo! It's fine. It's still been, like, more than worth it. 20 and 20? I could go for 20 and 20. It's not a full heal, but I'm in pretty good shape. I don't need a full heal. That's not exactly what I meant. It's more like being so used to Sudoku that you, like, your brain starts skipping steps that it shouldn't skip while you're playing Sudoku. And so you don't know when you're just, like, fucking things up. Because you should be paying attention, but you're not really. New music. Box on the right is a mimic. Box on the left is a mimic. All right, we're going to assume you're telling the truth. Because if you're not... Actually, no, we'll work the other way. If you're both lying... Then what does that mean for us? You can't, because one of these is lying. Okay, you're both telling the truth, and that's a mimic. And that one's fine, and these two are fine, and we're done here. Diagonal up left is a mimic. You fucking guys all just like Spider-Man pointing at each other. Alright, you three are good. No mimic in the black boxes. Box on the left isn't a mimic. Okay. That means that this one is. Which means that this one isn't. Which means that this one is. And we're done. I have obtained gun! Fire scroll's nice too. There's so many shops in this run. Might as well. I've decided that I might as well. Bottom row has a mimic. Bottom row has no mimics. Alright, well, one of you is wrong. Potentially two. I'm inclined to believe that you're... Oh, that's tricky, actually. Yeah, this actually makes more sense. Bottom right row contains no mimics. This would be correct. Diagonal on right for me is a mimic. No, it's not. Yeah. Get him! That hurts a lot. That seems like a good policy, Puck. If you're gonna experiment with substances and you're gonna have people around you trust, that seems like a better policy than doing it by yourself. One mimic is hiding in a blue box. So says 3 of you. So those 3 are, in fact, correct. No mimics are hiding in the blue box? That can't be right. 1 mimic is hiding in a red box? That must be true. 2 mimics are hiding in blue boxes. That's also false. Hyper armor? The heal seems good this time. Right. Diagonal up left is a mimic, so one of you is lying. Two mimics are hiding in blue boxes. It's unlikely, but not impossible. No mimic are among the red boxes. No mimic among the black boxes. I can't say for sure that either of those are lying. It's tricky. Aside from the two that I marked, none of these like directly. Okay. So that okay. I don't think any of these directly conflict with each other. I haven't had pizza in days, but I understand that it's a more difficult thing for you, so... I do generally recommend it, honestly. If you're sure it'll, like... If it sounds good and you're sure you can actually, like, process it. You know your body. But, I can speak more fondly to that than I can speak to alcohol or weed brownies. Mimic among the red boxes. Okay, so there's not. So these two are good, which means there's also no mimic in the black boxes, which means that it's this one. And there was, in fact, 2 mimics hiding in blue boxes. Ow. Hello, are you gonna make me try weird medicine? I'm gonna do it. Yay! It was good! Fortune telling blue crystals can't tell you what's in a box if it's already open. Yeah, why would I need it to? I think what it might be trying to tell me is that if I open a box, then the blue crystal will, like, go to something else. So if you know that some are safe, you should open those, and then the blue crystal will not be wasted on those. Speaking of which. There's only several ways to find out. That's true. That is a correct statement. Cool. 3 mimics means there's less treasure. Okay, we have a big conflict here. No mimic among the red boxes. Oh, that one says black boxes. My bad. Okay. Fuck. So I think the best way to do this is to just do what we've been doing. Oh, wait a second. No, let's think of this sideways. We've identified the groups where the three mimics must be. At least one of these 3 must be lying. One of these 3 must be lying. And then there's also this one, which may or may not be lying. No, that doesn't work out as cleanly as I wanted it to. If we knew that this one was lying, or if we had, like, a group of 2s and a group of 3s, then I could say there has to be 1 each, so we can't have a situation where 2 of them are lying. So let's just work through it step by step, like I was going to. We'll just say that. this kind of self-resolves. There's no mimic among the red boxes. It's lying because it's the mimic. So we'll say that for now. Okay, no mimic among the blue boxes. Actually, if that works out that way, then this would actually be false. And these ones would be true. Because that's the only blue box and it's not a mimic. And then no mimic among the black boxes would also be false. I'm not sure it works out any other way. I'm gonna find out though. So there's a mimic among the red boxes. Let's say that's false. And then these three are safe. That says there's no mimic among the blue boxes, which is already wrong. Okay, so yeah. No, I had it. Logic, good. Make brain good, happy, yes. Alright, one of you is shitting me. No mimic among the blue boxes. Well, you... Hang on. That's bullshit. For there to be no mimic among the blue boxes, all three of these would have to be mimics. The two reds and the black. But these two directly conflict, so one of them has to be telling the truth. So at least one blue box is a mimic. So you two are bullshit. Which then, in fact, means there's a mimic row in the right boxes. Confirmed. Top row has at least one mimic. Confirmed. Bottom row contains no mimics. Not confirmed, but good to know. There's no mimic among the black boxes. There is a mimic among the black boxes. That's not true. Shoot them. Hell yeah. Top row contains no mimics. Interesting, interesting, interesting. She is random. She is random, but you can pick up gear that increases her proc rate. And how much damage she does. And, different effects, like whether she heals you when she procs. Diagonal to the right is a mimic. Okay, so we have for sure one of you. There's no mimic among the black boxes. Well, that only really affects you now, doesn't it? There's no mimic among the boxes. One of these two has to be a mimic, so that's obviously not true. I mean, she's also the one talking to the treasure chest, technically. I don't know if that makes it better. one's so self-contained, I can't do anything with it. Let's try this. Have a cookie. Box on the right isn't a mimic, box on the left isn't a mimic. I think the way the game describes it, it's like telepathic speech. See, if these two are mimics, then that works. But also, this could be a mimic and this could be a mimic. So what we really need right now is to cheat. Okay. He's good. Okay, hang on. All the right for me is a mimic. True. Then false, false. But for argument's sake. False, true. No, it has to be these. Okay, yeah. Had to make sure. Top row has a mimic, top row has no mimics. No mimic among the red boxes. That's only one box. Box on the left is a mimic. Or not. Diagonal down right isn't a mimic. Diagonal up left isn't a mimic. Bottom row has... Fuck this. Alright, let's work from that. The bottom row does in fact have at least one mimic. It's one of you assholes. Does this not help as much as I thought? What the hell? Alright, you know what? Let's say I believe you. And we'll work backwards. Diagonal left isn't a mimic. Okay, cool. And that's true. That means this is lying. It does say at least one, so we don't know that this... Well, the box on the left is a mimic. Okay, that would be true. Box on the left is... Diagonal down right isn't a mimic. False, that's true. No mimic among the red boxes, that's also. Let me check real quick. Do I have a charm? Fucking no. Great. Do I trust this? We're on floor 26. I could just not fuck with this. Yeah, good point. So I think I assumed this one to be true. And we know it's one of these, right? So let's assume it's this one, right? There's no mimic among the red boxes, so this one's fine. Top row contains no mimics. That's that. No. You can't both be true. There's no way. So that's a lie, you're a lie, you're true, you're true. That's true, you're a lie, and we're out of here, no problem. Yeah, it's good. You just gotta work through the process. That's all. I'm gonna take that whetstone, because I have really good weapons that I don't want to die during the boss fight. Also, maybe that cure. Yeah, that's good. Zero mimics are hiding in red boxes. Bold statement. Okay. Box on the right is a mimic. Top row contains no mimics. All right, you obviously can't both be true. Actually, no, this is a dead giveaway. The box on the right is a mimic, so one of you is a mimic. So the top row cannot contain no mimics. Done. You are also lying. That's true. That's false. And you're true. Yeah. What kind of rare shit am I getting right now? Oh my god, look at all this! I've received not one, but 2 pearl necklaces today. That's a good day. I worked hard. Going down heals 1 gut, which is why I've received 2 pearl necklaces. Oh shit, what the hell? I didn't expect to see you here. Maybe do a cure, because he looks kind of tough. I genuinely don't know what other joke it could possibly have been. Is there a thing in the pot, or did you just put it here because pots have to be in towns? There's nothing in the pot. I don't know if the test medicine will kill me, and that would be a really stupid thing to happen on floor 30, so we're not doing that. Oh! There you have it. I did not know what the ratio was. Now we do. Full heal right before the boss. Don't mind if I do. Boy, well, I guess I haven't sold any of my stuff, have I? Here's what we're gonna do. Use a whetstone on this really good weapon. I'm gonna sell my unequipped gear to get 800 bucks. And with that, I'm gonna buy as much candy as I can. Eat all of it. Not have any more money for healing, so we're gonna hope that these 3 cures get me through. Weird medicine if I get desperate. And then we're gonna do this boss. I guess it's more than 30 floors. That took me a little off guard, and I feel like I just geared up for a boss fountain without really paying attention to the fact that it was definitely not a boss fountain. Okay. Box on the left, box on the right. All right. We're gonna work backward. We're gonna work assuming that you're both telling the truth, because that's likely. Which would mean that you're lying, which would mean that you're lying, which would mean that you're lying. But that would also mean that you're lying, and that you're lying, and that you're lying, and that you're lying. So it's much easier for me to believe that you're both lying. And you're all safe. That's true too. That's true. You're lying, and you're not lying. And that's much better. Box on the left is a mimic, box on the left is a mimic, box above me is a mimic, box on the right is a mimic. There's a mimic among the red boxes. Oh, thank goodness it's self-incriminated. All right, we actually have a confirmed starting point. Here's a mimic among the red boxes. So these two agree. They're both telling the truth. This one is also telling the truth. We can't say that for sure. You must be telling the truth. Or, I mean, you must be lying, rather. You must be lying. You're obviously telling the truth. You're lying. And you're telling the truth. And you're also telling the truth. Devil armor? Hold on, what's the deal with devil armor? It feels like it should be cursed in some way. Ow! Wow, that didn't hurt that much, actually. I guess we're good. Nice. How lovely. This is turning out quite well. Okay. I don't immediately see any self-incrimination. We do have a few that agree with each other. No mimic among the black boxes. Let's say you're both lying. What does that mean for the rest of these? Rightmost column has one or more mimics. That would be true. Oh, you know what? Screw that. The bottom row contains no mimics is a much better place to start from, because there's 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. Top row has at least 1 mimic. True. Leftmost column contains no mimics. False. These 3 are telling the truth. Yes, there are mimics. Currently, there are 3 of them. On the next floor, there's likely to be 3 more. But there may be more. We actually don't know. Okay. We got 3 mimics in the last 6, so it's like half and half, right? We are doing our best to deal with it properly. It's going reasonably well so far. I have only been eaten like twice today. No, actually once. Once I failed because I just didn't get good enough gear to survive the encounter, but it wasn't a logic problem. Oh, hello, Puck's a delightful friend. Thank you for joining. I always appreciate when delightful people bring other delightful people. That's one of the best things about streaming. What am I missing here? Oh! Bottom row contain... Okay, you're in direct conflict with these. Okay, so that means that there is, in fact, a mimic among the black boxes. And I think that's that rightmost column has one or more. Yes. Leftmost column contains none. Yes. Top row has one. Okay. We're good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to burn this. Oh, lovely. Take good care of Puck tomorrow. Puck has described a desire to do some experimentation, and I told him that I support that, but would feel more comfortable doing that around people that, if he does that around people that he trusts. And if you are one such person, then please please take good care of him. Okay, you're both pointing the finger at this one. So let's see what happens if you're both lying, which is the less likely outcome. And this one's fine. That does work. There is a mimic among blue boxes. Top row contains no mimics. You would have to be lying. Yeah, okay. Yeah. You're telling the truth, you're lying. There is a mimic among the boxes, which means that you're lying, which means that you're lying, which means the rest of you are fine. Fuck! I have a charm. The charm is gone. Let's try this again. Okay, box below me is a mimic. That's confirmed true because we opened it. So we can mark that one. Top row contains no mimics. You're a lying asshole. There's a mimic among the red boxes. That's true. Box on the left is a mimic. That's true. Box below me is a mimic. You're a liar. So it's not. There is a mimic among the red boxes. Box above me is a mimic. Okay. Wait, hold on. Whoa. Hold on, we have identified too goddamn many mimics. There's already one here. There being a thing next to it is like throwing me off. There we go. Okay. Box below me is a mimic. No, it's not. That one says the box above me isn't a mimic. Okay, yes, that's true. Box below me is a mimic. True. Mark that. Box on the left is a mimic. True. The logic was fine. I must have just screwed up with my, like, what I marked. Top row contains no mimics. That's false. Mimic one of the red boxes. Yeah, it's this one. Okay, let's try again. All right, cool. Do I happen to have another charm? No? All right. That scared me. That was... Oh, hell yes! Give me that! Give me that so hard! Box below me is a mimic, so it's one of you two for sure. Box above me is a mimic. Alright, let's do this again. If you're both lying and this one's telling the truth. There's a mimic among the black boxes. True. Bottom row has a mimic. True. Mimic among the red boxes. False. Rightmost contains no mimics. True. No mimic among the red boxes. True. Leftmost column. That works. If we trust it, I have no. Oh my god. Okay. I was gonna. Oh boy. I was gonna blue orb this to figure it out quickly, but instead, we gotta clear this and work with it this way. Okay, bottom row has a mimic, that's false, which means these are fine. There is a mimic among the black boxes. Well, that's here. Leftmost column has one or more mimics, so it's one of these two. Bottom row has at least one mimic, that would be false. There's no mimic among the red boxes, that would be false. That's too many falsehoods. Ergo. Lie, lie. True. True. Oh, that has to be true because it incriminates itself. I didn't even notice that before. Bottom row has a mimic. True. Mimic among the red boxes. False. True, true. There is no mimic among the red boxes. Let's go. Don't die. Don't die. Don't die. Now that I've seen it happen once, I'm like really on edge about it. Oh, that's super solid damage. Oh, that's also super solid damage. Christ almighty. Okay. Ow. Give me that gambling. Yeah! We already won! We're already winners. If it's a mimic that tells... Well, yeah, then it would be lying, right? But if it's not a mimic, then you do, in fact, die. That's kind of the problem. I will take your healing potion. I will take your blue crystal. I will take a whetstone. I will sell you my old crap. And I will take every goddamn defense candy you have because I am getting my ass kicked. Oh, yeah! Give me that S rank! I feel like this is teaching bad lessons about gambling. Mimic among blue boxes? You have to be telling the truth. One of you has to be lying. You two agree with each other. And one of you two has to be lying. Let me think through this. Okay. So I think the easiest thing here, you're for sure true. Let's assume these two are wrong. And that would mean all these are true. There's a mimic in the red boxes. There's a top row has a mimic. There is no mimic. Okay. These two can't be lying because one of these has to be a mimic. So we can mark those safely as true. You two are also a problem. Which by nature means one of you must be a mimic as well. So let's start with this, because we know these three are for sure okay. Now we'll go back in and see if there's any more we can actually do. Which of these are we gonna, like, experiment with? Let's say we agree that there is no mimic among the red boxes. That would mean that these both have to be true. By nature, that would mean the rest of these would have to be false. So left nose contains no mimics. That works. The mimic among the red boxes. That's a lie. Top row has a limit. Fuck, that works! But it's not the only thing that works, necessarily. There is a mimic among the red boxes, and this one's lying. Then the top row would have one mimic, and this one would be lying. There would not be a mimic among the black boxes, and the leftmost column contained no mimics, and that also works! Help me! One mimic. Okay. There is a mimic among the red boxes. That's a thing. There is no mimic among the black boxes. The left nose contains no mimics. I didn't really want to use the blue crystal on like the first possible moment, but I don't think there was a way out of that. Other than using it. There's a mimic among the blue boxes. What if you're both... Oh, you can't be lying. Right, because you're both blue boxes. Okay, good. Good. Perfect. Great start. Box on the right is a mimic. One of you has to be lying. Box on the left is a mimic. One of you has to be lying. Box on the right isn't a mimic. We know that's true. Box above me is a mimic. We know that's true. So you're a lying asshole. You're also telling the truth. And that's a lie. So that's also a lie. So this is true. You know what, Puck? That reminds me of when I very first started to post my videos on YouTube. As you are well aware, my username frequently, just for ease of use, frequently gets shortened to TW. So I have an end screen on all of the videos that I upload to YouTube. And currently, it says something along the lines of like, watch TW, and then or more TW, and then the username. But it used to say, more TW at username. And because of the font and how close it was together, it literally just looked like it said more twat and then my username or then my link. And that was pointed out to me fairly early on, so I made a new end card. But I got a good laugh out of it. Oh, come on! Bottom row has at least one mimic. Good, we know that's true. Which means we know that's false. Which means we know that's false. No mimic among the blue boxes. You can't both be lying. So that actually has to mean that you're all good. And that you're lying. And that you're fine. I didn't even have to wake up that treasure chest, unless I'm going to die right now. Let's go! It's time to kill birds! That hurts so much. Holy hell. Box on the right is a mimic, box on the left is a mimic. Fucking what? Why, yeah, one of you has to be lying. Box below me is a mimic, box on the right is a mimic. There's no mimic among the black boxes. Is a mimic among black boxes. Hold on. Wait, okay. Let's just, I'm pretty sure that these are telling the truth, but let's just fuck with it. Let's just, for argument's sake, let's just fuck with it. There's no mimic among the black boxes. They're all fine. That immediately... Okay. Okay, so that's one. That's for sure one. Besides, these can't lie about this. I keep forgetting that that's a thing. The top row contains no mimics. That can't be true. Box on the right isn't a mimic. You have to be telling the truth, which means that has to be fine, which means we're good now. Everything's fine. Yeah. Oh my god, I've gotten so many massages today. Actually, give me the healing one this time. It's getting rough out there. Okay. Box above me is a mimic. Bottom row is a mimic. So one of you is lying. Box above me is a mimic. Bottom row contains no mimics. So we know one of them's here. We know one of them's here. We can only have one more liar, so it can't be both of you. So you're definitely lying. And from that, we can then extrapolate. You're telling the truth. You're telling the truth. You're telling the truth. You're lying. You're telling the truth, and you're lying. Answer stone? Open all the accessible boxes on the floor? Oh my god! They gave me a full, they gave me a full clear auto solution item. And then we're like, congratulations, there are no more puzzles to solve. Thanks, guy. I opened 127 treasures. Actually, 126 treasures and 1 mimic. But you know, it just be like that sometimes. Oh, that's actually way more than I need. Holy shit. Well, sure, take that. Attack double S? We really should have this at this point, right? Like, we should be alright. We should be alright. Unless he one-shots me right now. I'm gonna be so mad if he does. Now we're good. Nah, I'd win. It's about fucking time. I haven't seen you in like 15 floors. Imagine if I needed her to proc to take down that 1 HP. I didn't, though, because I have all these that I forgot to use. Woo! Ooh, that one's pretty. It's a rainbow gem. Hey, you know what, everybody? It's not Pride, but Happy Pride. That's a lie. It's always Pride if you just believe in yourself. Hey, we're back home. I would like to get hungry less often, please. That was a little more real than I would have liked it to be. excuse me? I very clearly received a pretty rainbow gemstone. Where the fuck is it? Oh. Oh, it gets... The fuck? Why'd you have to make it all ominous? Like, I thought it was just a cute little a nice looking little rainbow diamond. I didn't know it was gonna fucking summon Sadako. What the fuck? You know what, Puck? That's among the highest compliments that I can receive. Because you know what? I'm not perfect. I know I'm not perfect. You know what? I accidentally misgender my trans friends all the time. Just on habit. Like, you know, I met them when they were using one pronoun now. Pronoun noun? Pronoun noun. Like, I met them while they're using one pronoun, and then they switch, and I respect that, but I forget sometimes. Right? And I catch myself, and I'm like, ah, sorry, you know, she. And I just keep doing it, and I just try to, you know, get better. But, you know, my effort is there, and my understanding and acceptance of my imperfection is there, and all I want is just to keep being better for the people around me. So hearing an acknowledgement of that actually really means a lot to me. Genuinely. I hope you remember having this conversation tomorrow when you're sober, but if you don't, you know, the VOD will be on YouTube. Oh, shit! Oh, it did in fact say 50 floors. Okay. Well, shit, I guess we have to do an expert dungeon now. This thing kicked my ass last time. Alright, time for some weird new fucked up hits. I tried one last night as just like a final run, and I was kind of rushing it, but the new hints are fun. All right, there is one Mimic of 6. And it's this one. Book it. I would explain, but it's cooler if I don't. There's a mimic among the boxes. There's no mimic. It's okay. You're lying. I'm literally not even giving myself enough time to make sure that I've read these properly. Hey, love, pop into chat. You're being complimented by proxy. Actually, not by proxy. It's just directly. It's not even like your association with me. It's just that you yourself are a cool person. Which is also a correct statement. You know, listen, as much as I try to be modest about things in my own life, I'm not afraid to say, Jesse and I talk about this a lot, actually. Yeah, we're pretty sure we're awesome. Not individually as individual people. We have a lot of insecurity about that. But as a couple? Like... I think what it is, and it sounds bad to say this, but we just see other, like, dysfunctional couples, and we kind of, like, don't get it. For lack of a better term. The feeling is kind of like, why are they like that and not like us? And, like, we're not perfect either. Like, we, to this day, still go through some issues with, like, being able to communicate, you know, productively with one another. But, I mean, hey, we're both in therapy for that. And other things. Wait, hang on, what? Okay, box on the right is Mimic. So it's you or you. So you're all fine. Top row contains no mimics. Bottom row contains mimics. No gold box on my left. No mimic among the red boxes. None of that actually helps me! The therapy, it's not couples therapy. We're both in therapy individually for our own anxiety issues, which, you know, we had a conversation just before this stream started. We're both making really, really good progress with. I'm just gonna open these 4 and then leave. Because I don't think I can actually discern which one of those is the mimic. You know what? I'm not gonna tell you not to play Kingdom Hearts. That's fine. That's fine. However it is that your mind is telling you to process these feelings, like, playing Kingdom Hearts is not a destructive or negative way to handle that. I know now, without a doubt, that Kingdom Hearts is communicating well in a loving relationship. And light. I really need to lock the fuck in on these puzzles or I'm going to get 8. Oh. Yeah, okay. Gun! Gun. Y'all want to know what we did earlier? So as many of you know, Puck, you especially know, I have been paring down and selling some parts of my retro game collection. This, in fact, right here, is actually what it looks like post-culling. I have now gotten rid of everything that I'm going to get rid of, and this is what I'm keeping. However, with what I sold, I am obtaining, or I have obtained up to this point, I'm going to say an undisclosed 4-digit amount of money in cash from selling some particularly rare pieces to a friend. And the rest I have taken to a local game store in town, that I found out today one of the employees that I've worked with the most is an Iraqi immigrant. Well, sorry, not an immigrant, he was born here, but the second generation, who also owns a mechanic shop and just works at the game store part-time to buy more video games at a discount. And he said he spends his whole check there. So that was cool, and he's really nice. He called me last night while I was out to let me know that they had gotten a Switch 2 in stock. So, we rolled up there this morning and purchased a Switch 2 and a Switch 2 bundled with Pokemon ZA, and also Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, entirely with the credit that I've just like gotten from selling things to the store over time. And he's still got a bin full of things to go through. And then on the way home from that, we stopped at a place in town that we'd never been to, and we both got a cupcake. My cupcake was cookie dough flavored. And hers was like a pecan pie. Yeah, it was like grandma's pecan pie or something like that. And then on the way out, I noticed they had a bunch of Christian propaganda in there, and I was like, oh, well, maybe it would have been a better idea to not patronize that particular business. But the cupcakes were all right, and we just won't go back. Well, yeah, that was kind of the thing. Like, we both recognize it as being a relatively small and, you know, arguably insignificant moment. But it's honestly those types of moments that we have, and we're just like, well, shit, that was really fun, though. Like, we get so much joy out of just, like, going to some little bakery and buying cupcakes. Also, I did some things here and didn't switch the scene, but all I did is just buy some stuff in the shop because I forgot to switch. But I'm switching back again. I do want to tell everyone a funny story. Part of selling pieces to my old game collection are selling consoles that I don't have use for anymore. And one of those is a console that I really never had much use for in the first place, which is the Xbox One. Shots fired, I don't care. That's a trash console. It has no good games on it. The good games that it did have on it are now available on other platforms, so there's basically no reason to keep it. So I sold all of my games, and both of the Xbox Ones that I had in my possession, neither of which I bought for myself. However, because we are now a generation past, all of that stuff is in that weird era where a lot of people sold their Xbox Ones around the time the new generation came out to get the new generation console. So, and there's no real demand for it because no one wants to play an Xbox 360 game. Or an Xbox One game. There actually are good Xbox 360 games, which is why I kept some of them. But anyway, TLDR, I took them to the used game stores in town. They would not take them because they have too many and no one wants to buy them. So, I took them to a local bookstore called Half Price Books that also buys video games as well as like other media, music, DVDs, what have you. And for the console, a controller, the associated cords and wires, and an extra wired controller, they gave me $13. That's where it's at with the Xbox One right now. So, all of this is to set up the fact that at the end of the day, when all was said and done, Jesse and I exchanged an Xbox One and 2 controllers for 2 cupcakes and a chocolate chip cookie. And about a $2 tip. That's literally what happened. They paid us $13 in cash. We don't ever use cash, and when we do, we try to get rid of it as soon as possible. Jessie found it, randomly found it in her purse, stuffed in there from a couple of weeks ago. And I was like, do you want to use the cash and just pay for this? She was like, sure. Because it was around the same amount. So she gave them the cash, stuffed the rest in the tip jar, and we walked out of there with 2 cupcakes and a chocolate chip cookie. And that was what we got from selling our Xbox One and 2 controllers. The end. It was even more funny that we did that on the way back from buying a Switch with store credit. Well, Best Buy wasn't going to take my Play It credit, and I couldn't sell the video games to them, so... But anyone else who wanted to switch to... Oh, also, this probably means at some point I'm going to have to play that new Pokemon game on stream, because I have it now, so I can't just not play it. I'm also going to end up subjecting you all to, the Switch 2, completely flying to pieces trying to play another Hyrule Warriors game. But I'm actually really excited about that. There's a reason why that was the single game that I bought, even though Metroid Prime 4 came out today. Or... yeah, today, actually, I think. Today's Friday. I think that's right. It's so fun. It's such simple, straightforward, good fun. You hit the XXX and the YYY and the XXX and the YYY again, and you'll be fucked. I don't know if that joke is for anyone here. But if you know, you know. I know you get it. I think he actually says you'll be sucked. I think that's what he actually says. Alright. Right. Video game. 2 mimics hide side by side. 2 of the mimics are not neighbors. Well, there's only 2 mimics, so one of you is lying. Ow. There's no mimic among the red boxes. There is a mimic among the red boxes. So one of you is lying, one of you is lying. So you two must be telling the truth. Which means there's no mimic among the black boxes. So you're lost. Shit. Wait, no, this works. This still works. This still works. This still works. Shit. I don't think I can parse this. I talked to that lady last night. She basically just explains... Oh, God! Okay, no. Fuck me. Never mind. Shut up. Rightmost column contains no mimics. Okay, true. Top row contains no mimics. That's wrong. Shit. I don't know. What do I trust? I trust nothing. I do trust a blue crystal. Oh, this one's telling the truth. Which means that I will die. Kablamzo. I will contextualize the joke. It's from the infamous Konami 2020 or 2012 E3. I may have gotten the year wrong. I want to say 2012, but it might be like 2010 or 2011. It's 2010. It is, in fact, 2010. The Konami 2010 E3 press conference. One of the most slapdash, fucked up, thrown together, weird, fucking stage shows I've ever seen in anything. Everything about it is so bizarre. And the highlight to me is like Tak Fuji awkwardly introducing 99 Nights 2, which is his Muso project. And it's just like, everyone just had to go up there and just riff. It's like nobody had a script, nobody prepared at all. It's glorious. Okay, so you two are problematic. Those column has one or more mimics. That has to be true. No mimic among black boxes. That has to be a lie. So that has to be a lie. So you're all good. Wait! I went too far. No mimic among black boxes satisfies itself. I think it worked out the same anyway, but I needed to be sure. Yeah, it was the epitome of like, y'all did the best you could with what you had. Oh no. We got comparative hints now? The top row has more mimics than the bottom, same number of mimics on the left and right? Okay, well let's start from this. The leftmost column contains no mimics. What if you're both wrong? Bottom row contains no mimics. That works. Same number of mimics on left and right. That works. Top row has more. That works. Left row has... Oh, shit. Okay, what if you're both right? No, that can't work. Because then we'd at most have the same number on the top and bottom. And we can have the same on the left, the same number on the left and right. Although that would have to be a lie. That would have to be a lie. And that would have to be a lie. So there, yeah, that doesn't work. Lie, lie, true, true, true. I say the same thing when it comes to games that, like, come out really fucked up. I'm like, if you're talking to, like, the creative director about why a game came out fucked up, that is, like, textbook misplaced anger. Talk to the executive that told them to rush the damn game out. That's where the problem lies. Box above me is a mimic. Box above me is a mimic. All right, so we have 1, 1, and 2, 2, and these are true for sure. Same number of mimics at top and bottom. One mimic is hiding in a black box. So, box on the left isn't a mimic. That's true. Box above me is a mimic. That's false. Bottom row has more mimics than the top. That's false because this has to be true. The box with me is a mimic. That's true. Blam! Black, black! Work with me a little bit here? No. Okay. Thank you for saving me 0 turns. At least run a town. Holding down the button while opening all boxes breathes up. Oh! Oh! That's cool. I didn't know that. I might use that. Though at the same time, it does kind of cut the tension. I have a rice ball. I'll take a whetstone, because I'm kind of running through some of my stuff. I'll take another charm, because I'm scared. We can sell this cool jacket. I'll keep the chainmail just in case. The shovel can go, the axe can go. We'll keep the whip and the minigun. And everything else is mine. It was made for me. Next! All the mimics are the same color. I made this joke yesterday, but that still strikes me as racist. Okay, these two say the same thing. No mimic among the black boxes. Let's test that theory. All the mimics are the same color. That's already not true. Clock music. I actually really like the clock music. I can't even lie. Like, it's the right mood for this. Oh shit, these also agree. Alright, well we established that these are true. They can't possibly be false. What if you're both lying? That would mean that that one is, well, all the mimics are the same color. That could be lying. Wait, no, one of you has to be lying, so these both also. So that means you're lying. Motherfucker! Wait, no, we can still do this. There's no mimic among the black boxes. We've confirmed that. Unfortunately, that means that the racist is correct in this case. But only this case. Oh, Jesus. Okay. One mimic is hiding in a blue box. One mimic is hiding in a blue box. There is a mimic among the blue boxes. Yeah, those do have to all be true. Which means that one has to be false. This one also has to be false. That works. That works. I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but we're kind of kicking ass. And I'm feeling a little bit confident because I have 2 charms, so I'm allowed to fuck up a little bit. Okay, bottom row contains no mimics. If you're both lying and you're telling the truth, that means you're lying, so that can't be the case. So you're both telling the truth. There's no mimics on the bottom. Which means that you're a liar. And you're... 2 mimics are hiding. There's not even 2 blue boxes on the field! Try harder! I don't want to be a dick about this, but Nesa's kind of useless in this run. I know it's because we just haven't found anything good for her, but... Damn, though. Like, she ain't got shit. There's a mimic among the blue boxes. What if you're wrong? Bottom row contains no mimics. That would also be a lie. So, rule that out immediately. Okay. Mimic among the black boxes. That's confirmed to be true because you can't be lying. So it has to be you. So you both have to be telling the truth, which means you have to be lying. And I now have gold armor. So much, you actually helped. I'm gonna whetstone this so it doesn't break. I kind of need that minigun. It's the only thing keeping me, like, viable right now. Two mimics hiding in blue boxes. You physically have to both be telling the truth. Because if you were both lying, you'd be the only 2 mimics, and then you wouldn't both be blue boxes. Holy shit. Okay, so then you're the liars, which means that you're all safe. That's actually kind of amazing how quickly that came together. And we're done. Shit. Oh, good, I do have some boring rocks. I have 1 boring rock. Oh, well, whatever. Give me my candy. Oh. I should have opened 1 more treasure just... Well, you know why. Alright then. Boss coming up. Jewel will be like, I'll buy it at a high price. Once again, if you know, you know. And if you don't, then... If you don't, then play Resident Evil 4. Honestly. I was gonna say it's alright, and it is mostly alright, but actually just play Resident Evil 4. Like, that's just a thing you should do. Don't think I really need the wake-up bell at this point. I mean, it's not like a bad thing if you don't. I'm not going to judge you or anything, but, like, you should do it because it's good and you'll enjoy it. It'll be a good experience. I feel like I'll buy it at a high price doesn't get the credit that it deserves in the pantheon of, like, what are you buying, what are you selling? Along with, thank you. Oh yeah, I don't have healing here, so let's get that going. Make sure we're... Well, it's not like I have to worry about turns once I get in there. I can just kind of use this as much as I need to, but... Why wait, right? Ah, god damn it. Hey, you know what, Puck? I respect your decision either way. You know your body best. Thanks for contributing. Black, black! Anybody ever play that Devolver game that they made some time ago? It's just called Wizard with a Gun. Oh. Oh, that can't be good. Well, that's not true. It could be good. I didn't play it either, but generally, like... Generally, Devolver just produces really good stuff across the board, so... I'll save for that. I think that's enough puzzling for tonight. What do you guys think? You think that's enough puzzling for tonight? I think that's good puzzling. I only got Mimic 8 once. I selected Mimics 3 times, but I had Charms. So it was okay. I mean, I'm gonna throw it at you like this, Puck. I bought a Switch 2 today, and I haven't played it. And it was like this morning, too. We went out there at like 11. That's what I'm saying. Also, if any of you wanted to catch up on the now legendary 2010 Konami E3 press conference, whether you've seen it before or it would be your first time, please enjoy. And you too can press the XXX and the YYY and the XXX and the YYY again. Also, I grabbed like the first link that I found, so I don't know if it's like some content creator like cutting it up for their own purposes. If it is, I'm sorry, I didn't actually check. I'll look at it right now, actually.
As far as for some of you that can't attend the entire performance or the presentation, I just ask for you to exit at the back of the room.
No, that'll do. That'll do. I forgot they start that goddamn disaster with telling people to leave if they're not gonna stay for the whole thing. Fucking literally locking people into the room. Unhinged behavior. Who's live and doing things? You know what? You're presumably grown adults. You can choose what to do with the rest of your night. Will I be on with Switch stuff or something else random this weekend? Or that one random Famicom game that I found and wanted to play? Or a Home Alone game for the podcast? I don't know, maybe. Look for a thing in Discord if you want to see if I'm going to do more stuff this weekend, because I will figure it out based on how I feel. If I don't see you this weekend, have a great one. And if I do see you this weekend, still have a great one, but I'll tell you that again later this weekend. Good night, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. Stay safe. Dio, say bye. Dio, say bye.